Hello, my wonderful Capricorn creators. So welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie. Blazer the Morkie is hanging out with other family members, but I am here with your May monthly predictions reading. Today we're going to be taking a look at your overall energy, and then I'll be pulling the Celtic cross spread that I love to use for the monthlies, and we'll close it off with a special message for the Capricorn collective. Do keep in mind, these are general readings. And when we're looking at predictions, it's always potential energies. Take only what resonates and leave the rest. Be sure to stick around at the end of the reading, and I will tell you all about the wonderful things going on in the creators community here on YouTube. Okay, Capricorn, let's get into it with a message from the Starry Beginnings Oracle. And as I'm pulling this card, just wishing all of our Taurus brothers and sisters a happy birthday for the month of May. We are celebrating them. Ooh, kind of getting a little mysterious here, Capricorn. We have number 23, past life emotion lives in you. You are expressing more, and it is releasing. So there may be some sort of past life emotional release going on. Your numbers are going to be 23, 2, 3, and 5. So watch out for those repeating numbers, or possibly May 23rd will be an important date for you. Got some past life emotion. Let's see if we can't get a little bit more to the bottom of this. How interesting that that would come up. In your current energy, you are getting the Strength card. This is Leo energy. It's the energy of gentleness and a taming, but also a wild side, and you may be in between those energies. Could be in between those energies emotionally, where sometimes you feel really calm and relaxed, and other times really on fire, and kind of I'm getting this feeling of like, you know, just kind of like puffing up your chest and being more bold about things. So I'm not sure what that is for some of you, but some of you are kind of bouncing between these dynamics. In your challenge position, you get the Knight of Swords. So here you are in the kind of bounce back and forth between these more gentle and more bold energies with the Strength card. And at the same time, it looks to me a bit here like you're trying to escape or run away from something with this particular Knight of Swords. It could be that past life emotional healing. It could be feeling a bit strong. Could have you feeling a bit pulled in like directions that are just very opposite, right? So kind of flowing up into anxiety and then depression, or feeling bold and assertive at one time and then weak and meek at another time. So I think you're having a little bit of trouble with this, and that's very natural, Capricorn, especially if you are dealing with a past life emotion or issue. It can have the tendency to disrupt your current signal as it comes up for release. So there might be a bit of that going on there. In your needed focus, quiet, meditative time to yourself with the King of Cups. This is water sign energy, but I get it's what you need to embody, Capricorn. This is not representative of another person. This is you mastering that emotional energy, you recognizing that there may be some past life energy being released. There could be karma there. There could be pain. It could be connected to people you know in, excuse me, I was feeling the energy coming up there. It could be connected to people that you know in your current life. However, this has to also do with your inner peace and your ability to get yourself in a nice, calm, centered place within yourself, for yourself, by yourself. In the past, you get the Six of Pentacles. There was some sort of exchange that was important to you. It seems pretty well balanced. We'll have to get clarifiers to see why that energy might be left behind. Perhaps when these past life emotions arise within you or have arisen, it threw something a little out of balance for you. It definitely feels like there's some contrasting energies going on within you, and it could be making you feel a little bit crazy at times. I don't think you are crazy. I think it's just making you feel that way. In the future position, you have this lovely Fool card. This may be the fuel you need. Healing this past life emotion may be the fuel you need to get this Fool to jump, to make her move, to make his move, to take the next prompting from the cosmos, to grab the wand of fire, what you're passionate about, and holding your very hard working intelligence in the one hand and your passion in the other. This very much feels like a trust fall, and I think it's between you and the universal energies here. In your place of embodied empowerment, you get the Seven of Wands. Boundaries, super important for you right now. Absolutely 100% boundaries are a thing for you. If you are upholding proper boundaries and healthy boundaries, you are going to feel like your peace is protected. It's going to help you be in this meditative state for yourself. If you let those fail, it might be a little more challenging for you, because remember, the boundaries are making you feel empowered right now. They're giving you some sense of confidence, empowerment, and they're protecting your peace. In your support and allies, you have a Two of Cups energy here. This feels like a very loving partnership or relationship to me. For some of you, this is someone that has passed to the other side, or this is someone in your past that I feel like you two had a relationship, but the timing didn't work out. There's some sort of connection that remains, and this particular person's energy, I don't think you're with them now. They've either passed to the other side, or it's a past relationship that never came to full fruition. Maybe there was some dating, maybe there was some flirting, but it never went further. But for some reason, this person's energy is supporting you right now. And I say let it. Maybe they are connected to the past life. Even if you're not talking to them, even if you're not interacting with them, it could just be an energetic support for you. But maybe you are. Maybe they are in your life and they're a good friend and someone you could have seen at one point a future with. It kind of seems like that energy is there. For your environment, you have the Judgment card. Getting really, 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 really real with yourself here, Capricorn. Who are you? Not just the human that you are, but the spiritual nature of yourself. What are you being called to? There is a release indicated in this picture. That tells me you're probably working on releasing these past emotions, but there's also a freedom to be gained from it. And so I'm really interested to clarify that and see what comes of that energy. There may have been a trapping or some way that you were prisoned, trapped, cornered, locked up somehow in the past life, and that version of you is being let free finally. In your hopes and fears, and I'm getting the two, you need to watch your dreams for this. You need to watch for visions and images in your dreams. For your hopes and fears, you get the Chariot. This is Cancerian energy. This could be someone in your life that you're concerned about. Balance for this individual or this situation that you might be involved in. It has the tendency to flux in multiple directions and maybe not always be entirely stable, but on the flip side of that, it has the potential to stabilize entirely. That's oftentimes what we deal with in our universe of contrasting expressions. You have the thin razor blade, and on one side is the balance, and one side is the imbalance. And if you tip just a certain way, right, it goes into that kind of energy one way or the other. So your hopes and fears, I feel like you're on a tightrope with that right now. And then in your potential outcome, you got the Four of Swords, which is really confirming, I think, for you, because it tells me you're going to be successful healing up the past life emotion that's trying to escape from you right now. And a past life emotion would only come up to be released if you've done a certain amount of work to trigger that to be released. There's a timing issue here from the universe that I think is important. Ooh, I can't wait to clarify this, Capricorn. Let's get a little deeper into this. Let's look at this Strength card for you. Yep. You got the World card and the Lovers. I do think that you have these two sides to yourself. I do think that you are working with both the masculine and feminine energies. We have the World card here and the Lovers. There are going to be certain relationship dynamics that come to an absolute end with the World card being there. And there are new relationship dynamics being birthed within you as you release. Now, I have a feeling that as part of the past life that you have, it involved some sort of romantic partnership that may have ended in that past lifetime. Something in your current environment here, I don't know if it was like, for example, you're in springtime. That past version of you was in springtime. Something about the subtleties, subtle vibrations of the time now and the time before where this love ended for you is the same. And that's why these emotions are coming up. Let's clarify this Knight of Swords. What are you running away from here? Because it's challenging you. It's like, I feel like you need to stick with this, but maybe you're trying to escape it at the same time, or you just wish the process would speed up, maybe. You could be thinking, well, if I put enough hard work toward it, that'll take care of it. You got, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords and the King of Wands to clarify that Knight of Swords. So I feel like this challenge is in your current existence and something has come to an end. A cycle, a pattern, or you're at the very end of something that you'll be walking through in May. I honestly think with the King of Wands showing up here, I think the King of Wands is a more stabilized energy representing a transformation that you've had. I think you've been ready to move on from this ending. Maybe you've been ready for longer than you've actually been able to process it. So there's a part of your soul that's like, I don't know, I get like missed opportunities maybe along the journey of your soul's path to heal this up, but I don't think you can escape it this lifetime. Maybe you ran away from it before and you have the tendency to think, okay, I'll run away from it again with that Knight of Swords. But the King of Wands shows up and says, no, it's kind of like in your environment here, you have the Judgment Day and you have the King of Wands holding the fire. It's time for this transformation. And the King of Wands would also indicate that you have a particular mastery and knowledge of the fire element and that level of transformation to be able to do this. So I'm kind of getting that at times you feel really beat down by this or really exhausted by this, but that's just because we're kind of at the final finish line for you with this past life emotion. Whatever this is, it may be stored in your body, some of you too. Some of you may be having unexplainable like chest palpitations or chest pain. Maybe you've even gone for like an EKG or something and everything's clear and everybody's like, you're fine, but you're feeling these wild movements of energy in your chest that are very uncommon for you. Definitely take care of yourself with a medical professional as always. However, energetically, there's a whole lot going on from what I can see. And I think at times it kind of, you feel like, I don't know if I can move this. I just want to escape the feeling of being kind of encapsulated in this energy. But remember, for the potential outcome, we got that Four of Swords. That's the healing actually showing up and saying it's happening. In your needed focus, that King of Cups, your meditation time, the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. You are meant to offer and nurture love for the self at this time. This is the ultimate journey of self-care, and you're being asked with a Knight and a King here, you're being asked to take some masculine action toward that. The Page of Pentacles, a more nurturing feminine energy comes in, but with two action cards and the nurturing there, that tells me that you do have the strength. The strength is in your current energies. I think at times you might be getting distracted, maybe by the discomfort of the pain body that's from this past emotion that's getting released. And I'm getting like when you're in this meditative state, just keep telling yourself, I'm releasing past emotions. I am releasing past emotions. I am safe. I am calm. I am at peace. There may even be, for some of you, a certain kind of music. Definitely go with the hertz frequencies that are not the modern ones. I feel like if you go back to some of the more ancient frequencies, or even the earth hum sound, that would be extremely helpful for you in meditation for the month of May. Because I think the emotions that you're releasing, they kind of need like a little vibration to help carry them on their way. Let's look at this Six of Pentacles from your past position here. What was going on? What was being exchanged? Why did it stop? Or what happened? Is this connected to the past life? I am getting resistance from you, Capricorn. You kind of feel like a Taurus to me. You're picking up on some Taurus season energies. Maybe some of you have some Taurus placements here that are a little bit stubborn. For the Six of Pentacles, you got the Ten of Pentacles and the Hermit. This looks to me like having it all, having the family, having the love, having the completion, everything going fine, and then honestly, I think you found yourself alone with this Hermit. I think it could be this current life. Some of you are having echoes of that from a past life, but it also is most definitely part of a past life dynamic. Everything was complete and going fine. All the equal give and take was happening. Things were looking good, but you found yourself alone. I don't even think necessarily it was from some sort of strange tragedy. For some of you, it could be, but the more powerful energies are coming through as maybe you outlived all your siblings in your family. Maybe you were like a middle child somewhere in there, but you ended up outliving all of them. Something along those lines, like natural death, natural disaster kind of things. Yes, it could still be very traumatic for you though. So we want to acknowledge that. I just think you found yourself alone, and there's an aloneness that you're carrying right now that is reflected also in that past life. Let's see this Fool here. I'm also getting for some of you the teeth and the jaw being important. There may be some release happening in the teeth and the jaw. So keep a mind's eye on that. I was going to say keep an eye, but I said keep a mind's, and then I said keep a mind's eye. So keep your mind's eye on that. For the Fool in your future position, you've got the Three of Swords and the Justice card. This is you telling me, okay, I'm going to deal with this pain because I know it's time. The Justice card shows up and says, listen, to bring yourself into balance, Capricorn, you have to deal with this pain. You have to remove these swords and let your heart heal. It's definitely not healthy for you to stay in depressed rainy day kind of energies. You've got to bring movement, you've got to bring nature, you've got to bring life, you've got to bring balance in for yourself throughout the month of May. Use those vibrational energies and certain hertz frequencies to help yourself. I would also keep an eye on the Schumann resonance as it might affect you, the solar flares and just the different energy particles that are going on. And I want you to look for ways that you can release your emotions and let those frequencies carry them. And the earth can often help. Some of the energies get trapped up here in the atmosphere that we walk around in, but I want you to see if you can, being the earth magician that you are, ground those energies into the earth. Mother Earth knows what to do with this stuff. And being a Capricorn, you've got to let her help you sometimes. Let's look at this Seven of Wands in your place of embodied empowerment. Okay, you have the Two of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Your place of embodied empowerment is about making a decision and upholding your boundaries to that decision, no matter what change results from that. And you are going to change the wheel here with your actions here. I know there's a decision. I know you're kind of holding all the possibilities in your hand. A portal is being opened. You're being asked to honor your boundaries here with it. Maybe as a part of this past life emotional release, there's somebody you have to make a decision about in your life or a situation. It's definitely something that fuels your energy. Again, I get that fuel. Like, I think the passion that you feel might be toward a situation or a person is actually for you. And you're turning, and I wanted to say tuning, so we're going to say tuning forks. Also very helpful for y'all right now. That vibration, really super helpful for you, Cappy, for the month of May. Tuning forks, the Hertz frequencies, the Schumann, all of this. You want to get familiar with these frequencies because you're changing the wheel here, all right? And I want you to stay strong in your decision and your boundaries about how you're changing it, because honestly, that's your place of empowerment right there. That's why the needed focus from the universe is like, you've got to be in meditation. You've got to be using these vibrational frequencies as a form of self-love and self-care. For the Two of Cups in your support and allies, you get the Death card, Scorpio energy, and the Four of Cups. There's a part of you or a part of your soul that lives with this other person that I mentioned at the beginning of the reading. This person that you were kind of like two ships. Your paths did cross, but the timing, the offer didn't work out at the time. Lifetimes went by, cycles went by, and the two of you never quite connected. But this person is with you energetically, and they're coming in now and saying, let me help you with these past life emotional energies. But remember, I got that stubborn feeling like you have some of the Taurus energy, Cappy. I know you can be headstrong as well, but someone is trying to help you here, and they are going to support your transformation. The Two of Wands and the Seven of Wands in your place of embodied empowerment, that's transformative energy. Death card is transformative energy, Scorpio energy. Can you hear the ice cream man out there? The music doesn't quite go with the vibe of your reading, so it's kind of funny. It makes me giggle. Guess we needed a little, you know, carousel music here. All right, now see, and now I think I hear it all the time, but they love, I think some of the neighbors are always buying ice cream, so they always come this way. I don't, because I don't think they sell very healthy stuff out of the van. But that's okay. We don't judge. Everyone has their path and everyone has their ice cream to enjoy. Okay, for your environment where you have that Judgment card, you're releasing something. You have the Nine of Wands, and there's that Chariot that comes up in your hopes and fears. Oh, I get this is really draining for you. This is really tough for you. This past life emotion feels imprisoning to you. I get it. It does. And you want movement through it. But I'm telling you, that's coming up for you in your environment here. I think you've looked at it long enough, not believing that you're strong enough to deal with it, but now we have the Strength card for May in your current energy, and you are going to drive this Chariot. I do think right now the Chariot is stagnant. It's still, it's stopped, it's blocked, but I believe you're going to pick it up because there's no other choice but to have this release. Your greater being is literally calling you. Your higher self is like, Capricorn, it's time. It's time. You cannot carry this emotion anymore. It's interesting because it says here on the card, you are expressing more and it is releasing. But it's a 23. 2 plus 3 is 5. It brings you to the edges. It brings you to the edges. Do express yourself as you need to. Let's look at the Chariot in your hopes and fears. Oh boy. think we just ended up with a bonus card here. I pulled the Two of Pentacles and the Star for the Chariot, but behind the Two of Pentacles is the Page of Swords. Sneaking up behind there, this Page of Swords was like, aha, I'm sneaking in. This is a little extra zap of a fearful, young, ooh, it's a sneaky kind of spy-like energy that does not feel good. It came up behind this Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands in your place of embodied empowerment was about making a decision. I think when you're wishy-washy about something and you don't feel confident, that is representative of your fears and of, it's like they try to take you into, not they, a person, your fears try to take you into a less empowered place. A place that tells you you can't make this decision. You can't turn the wheel. You can't gain your momentum. You can't have your moment in the sun. You can't connect with this star. But it's also your dream. This is about your dream, your purpose, your wisdom, your experience. I don't know. This other person in your life, you could be coming up on a crossroads with them. Two of Pentacles sometimes represents a crossroads in the journey, but there's something sneaky there, and you're going to have to be really careful because it plays into your fears. If someone else in your life is moving forward in a direction and they're going someplace you can't follow because it would mean destruction for you, you need to honor that. Your greater being would not have you sacrifice yourself to fear or to someone else's dark path. The Star comes up for you, Aquarius energy, freedom. These two cards together, Judgment and freedom, really making a very unique connection here for me, for you, which is freedom to be yourself, no matter what paths other people choose. Oh, what happened here, Cappy? For some of you, I feel like the past life emotion is connected to having to make certain decisions. And those decisions maybe had you preserving yourself, escaping something negative while others suffer. There could be a bit of survivor guilt in here, built in here. That's tricky, don't get me wrong, but we got this Four of Swords in your potential outcome. So let's clarify that and see where you might be headed. The Page of Wands and the Three of Wands. Okay, I think we're making some progress here. In your place of embodied empowerment, you had the Two of Wands. Now you have the Three of Wands by the end of the month, see? You have the Seven of Wands, upholding those boundaries. And then you get into the Page of Wands. Curiosity. I may not always feel great about having to rest or having to do things differently than others. Some of you have like dietary requirements, very sensitive systems. You're very strong empaths, right? But you're moving from making that decision to having made it and standing strong with that and getting curious about what's next for you. Healing this past life emotion, which is also similar to something, a current thread or vibration that is running through you at this time, is really going to open up your eyes and open up your life into who you are, your passion, your purpose, your dreams. You're right up against freeing yourself from this past life emotion. And I really like this energy that's in your support and allies. I don't know who that is, but I want you to identify who that is for you. And if you're like, well, that's no one that's coming to mind, then it's someone from your past life, a spirit guide. I don't think this is someone that sticks with you all the time. I think they've come in to help you with this particular situation. All right, Cappy, let's get you a card from the Angel Dreams Oracle to close off your reading today. All right, beautiful. You got the beautiful selenite stone. What a lovely crystal and stone to deal with. You've got the selenite roses here pictured. You've got a selenite orb, and in the background, a selenite wand. And I would really like to see you work with that crystal, especially during your meditation time here and taking action toward meditation. Selenite may also help bring clarity for you in these vibrational energies that are very subtle and very important for you to work with. Some of you may be musicians, and I'd like to see you using this stone with your music or when you play music or to be inspired with it. Spiritual activation and stimulation. I think this is what's coming for you by the end of May, and selenite is saying, hey, I'm here. I'm a friendly. I'm a support, like this person, this spirit guide, or this person from your past whose energy is with you. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. Capricorn, thanks for sticking around, because I want to tell you about all of the lovely ways that you can continue to engage on my channel. First of all, if you enjoyed this, like, comment, let me know what you thought of the reading, and check the description below. It has a little more information about the overall energy in the reading and kind of what we went through today. And then it also has links for personal readings, donations, and other ways to support and be engaged. Now, also be sure to check the other videos on my channel. I have timeless readings, I have lives. We're having a lot of fun at Creators on the Crest. We like to have fun while also doing the hard work, okay? So life can be tough at times, life can be challenging. My channel is here to help support and guide you. I'm live every Friday on Frequency Friday from 10 a.m. till about noon Central. It's a fun, collective, chill hangout. We talk about the current energies, new moons, full moons, numerology, astrology, crystals, all kinds of stuff. We get into it all. There's different themes every week. I like to ask the community to contribute to ideas for the themes as well. So that's a lot of fun. Watch for posts and polls where I ask you about that. Every other Sunday, the next one being May the 4th, 2025, I will be live on my channel from 7 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for live Q&A. You come in, you join the live chat. It's a respectful, upbeat community, so only bring your best to that community. Come in the live chat, drop your question, and I will do mini readings, and I will get as many packed into that hour as I can. The earlier you come in and drop your question or what you would like for your mini reading, the better. Now, if you don't have a specific question, but you'd like a message, just say that. I'd just like a message for my highest and best good, or I'd like a message from my spiritual team or advisors or something like that. It doesn't always have to be something super specific, but if it is, that's fine too. These are little mini readings and we have a great time, and I love the community there, and I hope you can join and maybe bring a friend as well. And lastly, be sure to check out my Real Life Mages podcast. It's on a playlist on my channel. I have 5 episodes out. They're all just packed of so much wisdom and so much timeless knowledge. I think you all will really enjoy it. If you haven't checked it out already, you can find me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at Creators on the Crest. Facebook and Instagram is where I put my specials up in the stories. So if you check there, you might just find yourself a great deal. Check it out, check it out. Okay, Capricorn, thank you so much for joining your May monthly predictions reading. I have really enjoyed doing this. I felt like it was very deep and very powerful, and I look forward to seeing you next time.